You know what really grinds my gears?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the vlog. Hope you're having a good day. It is April 17th, 2024. This is vlog number 180. We're 20 away from 200. I think it was about a year or two ago. Just did 100, and I believe that was one of the MJ song reviews I did. I think it was it might have been the unreleased ones, where we went into the vault. I don't remember. It's been that long. But this episode, we're going to get back into song reviews. I've been wanting to do this one for quite some time, but I haven't had a chance to do it because, as obviously I've moved. And this one's been planned for quite some time, and I'm finally now getting around to it. We're going to do my top 15 favorite Van Halen songs. Van Halen, one of the bands I grew up to in the 80s. They've been through a number of changes, at least 3 different lead singers. Everybody knows, of course, Diamond Dave, David Lee Roth. Sammy Hagar took over for him when he left the band. Gary Sharon from Extreme came in for 1 album or 2, and it was not very good. And then Van Halen has worked with David Lee Roth again a couple times, as well as Sammy Hagar. In this review, I'm going to do my 15 favorite songs, and it's only going to be the Van Halen and the days when they were working with David and with Sammy. I'm not going to include any Sharon songs. I don't have any of his, and I don't particularly care about that work. So hope you guys enjoy this one. I had a good time listening to their music and picking my 15 favorites. And we're going to start off with number 15, and it is Ain't Talking About Love. Released in September 1978, this was the 4th single from their 1978 debut album, the self-titled Van Halen album. This song is one of the few David Lee Roth era songs that subsequently replacement Sammy Hagar was willing to sing in concert when he joined the band in the mid-80s. Guitar World readers ranked Eddie Van Halen's guitar riff in the song as the 5th best metal riff of all time. When Eddie Van Halen wrote the song, he did not consider it good enough to show his bandmates until a year later. He said it was supposed to be a punk rock parody, quote, a stupid thing to us, just 2 chords. It didn't end up sounding punk, but that was the intention. The guitar solo was doubled in overdubs with an electric guitar. Let's see here. For track listings, there is none. No track listings. But it's a great song. I love the live version that this has been done. When David was with the band and when Sammy performed with them, there's a live version of this song with Sammy singing on their Best of Both Worlds double greatest hits album. Really love it. It's a good song.
Nothing stays the same. Unchanged. Can you hear the ground running change? Ain't nothing stays the same. Unchanged. Yeah, you hear the ground running. I don't ask for permission.
So this song is called Unchained. This is from their 4th album, Fair Warning, released as a single in various countries, including Germany, Spain, and Japan. Vocalist David Lee Roth's working title for the song was Hit the Ground Running. The song features prominent use of a MXR M117 flanger, which became a popular sound and spurred sales of the pedal. A preset of the flanger was also included on the EVH flanger MXR pedal. It uses a drop D tuning with suspended 4th chords interspersed. The song is produced by Ted Templeton's only vocal contribution, excuse me, can't talk, to the album or to the band when he says, "Come on, Dave, give me a break" during the interlude of the song. A 2011 Rolling Stone Readers poll placed the song at number 1 on a list of the 10 best Van Halen songs. No chart listings for this song as well. Kind of surprising. Guess Van Halen didn't chart very well on certain songs in the 80s. I love it. It's a good song. I love the guitar part, the beginning. Let me play it. I'm using 2 computers here, so I gotta go back and forth here. So, here, check this out. Yeah, I love that. That sounds damn good.
You can spend my money, don't you waste my time. We're right now making up for lost time, yeah. Alright. I think it's high time we let it out there on the line. Yeah, it's about time, it's about time, it's about time, yeah.
From the Best of Both Worlds Greatest Hits album, this is It's About Time, released on July 20th of 2004. This album was. This track is one of 3 unreleased tracks featured on the album, and features Sammy Hagar returning to the band to do this project and these 3 songs. It was this song, Up for Breakfast, and Learning to See. Great songs. I love them. This is my favorite of those 3. It was not released as a single. It's too bad, because it was just a great song. And this was vintage Van Halen. This was like a callback to their 80s day, a mixture of Van Hagar and David Lee Roth. I love the beginning of the song. Just listen to this. Just Eddie. When I talked in previous videos about guitarists and how certain guitarists have a signature sound, you know who it is: Brian May, Carlos Santana. Eddie Van Halen's another one. When you hear a Van Halen song, you instantly know, well, that's Sammy. Or, excuse me, that's Eddie. Sammy does play guitar, but not as good as Eddie Van Halen. This song, Jump, Panama, songs like that, when you hear stuff like that, you know it's Eddie Van Halen. He was and is considered one of the greatest guitar players of all time. From their debut 78 album, this is Jamie's Crying. That was subsequently released as the 3rd single from the album, but did not chart. It's also been released on a Van Halen compilation album and was sampled for Tone Loc's 1988 song Wild Thing. Dun, 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 bam, bam. Great song. Not a chart topper, but a fan favorite. This is one of 5 songs included on a sample EP that Warner Brothers Records put out in advance of the release. Van Halen, along with Running with the Devil, You Really Got Me, Eruption, and The Ice Cream Man. The band also shot a music video for the song at the Whiskey A Go-Go, along with videos for their first 2 singles for the album. This was included on the 2004 compilation album Best of Both Worlds, and is one of the songs included on Guitar Hero Van Halen. Roth sang a version of Jamie's Crying on the 2006 tribute album Strummin' with the Devil, the southern side of Van Halen. Absolutely love the song. Love the live version as well. This is one of their signature songs. from their 1979 album, Van Halen 2. This is Dance the Night Away. While the rest of the songs from this album had existed in various forms since their days of doing demos and playing clubs, this song is possibly the only song written during the recording sessions for that album. The band members conceived the song during the recording sessions while they were standing in a circle humming to each other. It was inspired by Fleetwood Mac's Go Your Own Way. Eddie Van Halen purposely left a guitar solo out of the final version of the song, replacing instead with a riff of tap harmonies. David Lee Roth originally wanted to call the song Dance Lolita Dance, but Eddie Van Halen convinced him that Dance the Night Away was more suitable, and the chorus was changed to reflect that. Roth claimed in a 2006 performance in San Diego, California, that he wrote the song in tribute to an intoxicated woman who was having sex in the back of a truck and ran with her pants on backwards while escaping police officers into the bar where the fledgling band was playing. This was also mentioned at a 2006 performance in Detroit, Michigan. Chart success in the United States, or in Canada, number 28 on the RPM chart in 79, and 15 on the Hot 100. And the year-end charts in the U.S., it was 95 on the Hot 100. So, moderate success in North America, a decent song. Opening track for the 1991 album For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. This is Pound Cake. This was the first song to be released as a single from that album, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Album Rocks Tracks chart at number 74, and at number 74 on the UK Singles Chart. The CD single provides an interview with Van Halen, which begins with hearing Eddie say, "Hey, this is Eddie Van Halen." In addition, Pound Cake begins immediately with a drill and omits the sound of Edward plugging his guitar cable in the amplifier. And I'm going to play that for you guys right now. I love this opener. This is just really, really good. Here we go. Crank it up. Right here. I love that. That's good. About the power drill, the song features Eddie Van Halen using the sound of a Makita 6012 HD power drill in the introduction and during the guitar solo. According to Eddie, a guitar technician was operating one of these drills at 5150 Studios while he was playing, and the sound captured was akin to kick-starting your engine. Subsequently, Eddie paired a drill with the Frankenstrat stripes to use during concerts. Chart positioning in Australia, it hit number 55, 74 in the UK singles chart, and number 1 on the US mainstream rock track chart. So, a decent song. I love this song. I love the opener. This is a great track. Second single from their 1988 album, OU 812. This is When It's Love. Was the most popular song from the album, hitting number 1 on the Billboard mainstream rock charts and number 5 on the Hot 100. The song has been a live performance staple ever since its release in 1988. The song was also included on the set list for the band's ill-fated 1998 tour with Gary Cherone. Eddie Van Halen has stated that his particular guitar solo is a nod to Eric Clapton. It has become their third and last top 10 hit. It was featured on a VH1 special, The 25 Greatest Power Ballads, where it was ranked as the 24th power ballad of all time. On chart rankings, 23rd in Australia, as well as the Irish singles chart, 28 in UK, and of course 5 on the Hot 100, number 1 on the mainstream rock. Love the song, great power ballad. Like this lyric right here. From their 1991 album For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, this is Top of the World. This was the second single from that album, spent 4 non-consecutive weeks at the top of the Billboard Album Rocks Tracks chart in the U.S., becoming their 8th number 1 on this chart. It was the only single on the album to crack top 40 on the Hot 100, peaking at number 27. The main guitar riff from Top of the World is actually carried over from the closing guitar riff from 1984's Jump. Let me play it again. Play that beginning. I love this song. Here we go. Love that. The song was recorded in early 91. However, the main riff of the song was first played live on the Van Halen 79 World Tour during Dance the Night Away. Eddie recorded his song singing his brand new Ernie Ball Music Man signature guitar and his new PV 5150 amps. This was also one of the first Van Halen songs featured the use of the wah-wah pedal. The song also features Toto lead guitarist Steve Lukather on background vocals. This is the last song for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge and was the last song played during live shows for the Unlawful Carnage Knowledge Tour. Following Jump, this song is also played in the 1993 Right Here, Right Now tour, the 1995 Balance Tour, and the ill-fated 2004 Reunion Tour. Absolutely love the song. Love the guitar work on here. This is a great song. Third single from their 1984 album, 1984. This is Panama. Despite its name, the song is not about the country. Instead, the song was reportedly written about a car. In an interview with Howard Stern, David Lee Roth explained the meaning behind the song. Although the song features some suggestive lyrics, it's about a car that Roth saw race in Las Vegas. Its nickname is Panama Express, hence the title of the song. Roth wrote the song after being accused by a reporter of singing only about women, partying, and fast cars. He realized he had never written a song about fast cars and decided to write one. In an interview with guitarist Eddie Van Halen, he said the song was musically inspired by AC/DC's straightforward 3-chord rock style. During the bridge of the song, Roth says, quote, "I can barely see the road from the heat coming off it," end quote. Eddie Van Halen can be heard revving his 1972 Lamborghini in the background. The car was backed up to the studio and microphones were attached to the exhaust pipe to record the sound for the song. Reception of the song, Chuck Klosterman of Vulture ranked this as the 4th best Van Halen song, calling it the strongest pure riff in the catalog. Chart positionings, it was number 74 in Australia, 15 on Canada's top singles RPM charts, 30 in Ireland, 61 in the UK, 13 on the Hot 100, and number 2 on the U.S. mainstream rock. Absolutely love the song. This is one of their top cornerstone songs. Absolutely love it.
It's got what it takes. So tell me why can't this be love? Straight from my heart. Oh, tell me why can't this be love?
From the 5150 album, this is Why Can't This Be Love? This song is the group's first single with Sammy Hagar, who replaced David Lee Roth as the lead singer. This was released in both 7-inch and 12-inch formats, with the latter having an extended version featuring extra lyrics. In the U.S., it went to number 3 on the Hot 100 and hit number 1 on the Cashbox Top 100 the week of May 16th. It was a top 10 hit in the United Kingdom, Australia, and Germany, and a top 20 single in Canada, the Netherlands, and Sweden. 5150 was a detour from the band, and the direction they would continue on centered around a more keyboard-driven sound. Quote, the old people that were in doubt, they heard, Why Can't This Be Love? And they just went, whoa, this is a new sound for Van Halen, said Sammy Hagar in 2023. You know, that guitar, that keyboard riff sounded like a guitar riff, whereas previous stuff like Jump sounded like a synthesizer. Some of the hardcore guitar people rebelled a little, but they got a whole new audience with that. And we just satisfied them, and they stayed. And we just went out, and every show sold out in minutes. And we went out, and we just killed it, end quote. Cashbox called it a powerful pop rock kicker. Billboard said hard-rocking hooks, alternate with trademark guitar workouts. Absolutely love the song. One of my favorites. Just outside my top 5, though. Got this at number 6. From their debut album, this is Running with the Devil. This was the second single from that album in April of 78. The lyrics were inspired by Ohio Players' 1974 song Running from the Devil. In 2009, Running with the Devil was named the 9th greatest hard rock song of all time by VH1. Chuck Klosterman of Vulture ranked it as the 8th best Van Halen song, praising the staccato bass playing as well as David Lee Roth's vocal performance. The song remains a staple track of classic rock radio and Van Halen's discography. Chart positioning, number 84 on the Hot 100, number 11 in Belgium, number 2 in the Dutch mega charts, number 7 on Dutch Top 40, and number 52 on the UK singles charts. That was all back in 1980 and 1978 with the US Hot 100. In 2020, it peaked at number 14 on the US Hot Rock and Alternative Songs Billboard charts. And then it was in the year-end charts in the 1980, and in the year 1980, 76 in Belgium, 30 in Dutch mega charts, and 53 on the Dutch Top 40. So a minor hit for them. Absolutely love this song. Love the guitar work from Eddie Van Halen on this song.
Hey! So tomorrow, right now, come on! It's everything! Right now, get your magic moment. Do it right here and now. It means everything. You miss a beat, you lose a rhythm.
From the For Unlawful Carnage Knowledge album, this song is Right Now. The song reflects on living for the moment and not being afraid of making a change. According to Eddie Van Halen, the instrumental dates back to 1983, before he wrote Jump. It didn't come out until 92 or 93 or something like that, end quote, because nobody wanted anything to do with it. An early version of the medley appears in the 1984 movie The Wild Life, which was scored by Eddie. Eddie also stated that before Sammy Hagar was hired to replace David Lee Roth, he considered an album that would feature various guest singers, with Joe Cocker assigned to Right Now. Hagar has said that he was writing the lyrics to this song in the studio very late one night, and he heard Eddie in an adjacent room working on a piano medley. Hagar said he suddenly realized that we are writing the same song. So he walked into the room and began singing the chords, his words over Eddie's music. Hagar says the lyrics for Right Now were the best he ever wrote for Van Halen. Quote, I was tired of writing cheap sex songs, he recalled almost 2 decades later. Eddie and I wanted to get serious and talk about world issues. Different edits of the video have been used in Van Halen's 2004 tour to make more explicitly political statements in years later. The video for the song won 3 awards at the 1992 MTV Video Music Awards, including the award for Video of the Year. Bassist Michael Anthony thought it was the best video Van Halen had ever done. Despite the accolades, Hagar allegedly expressed disappointment with the results, stating, quote, I don't think it's enough about the band, end quote. Hagar eventually admitted that he was rather impressed with the music video, calling it brilliant. He clarified that his difficulty cooperating during the video shoot stemmed from the initial storyboard treatment that the producer had presented, which Hagar felt was disorganized, unclear, and missed the meaning of the song that he took much pride in writing. He went on to laud Fensk for his work. Hagar would later reuse the video concept and the Right Now lyric, the title track for his 2008 solo album, Cosmic Universal Fashion. Chart positionings, U.S. Billboard Hot 100 was 55, 66 on the radio songs chart, number 2 on the mainstream rock chart, and then on R&R's charts, number 23 on the CHR Pop Airplay charts, number 1 on the AOR Tracks Top 60, and number 27 on the Cashbox. Absolutely love this song. One of their cornerstones in the 90s. Just a brilliant, brilliant song and a great message.
Come on, baby, finish what you started. I'm incomplete. That ain't no way to treat the broken-hearted. I need some sympathy.
From the 1988 album OU812, this is Finish What Ya Started. Despite the album being seemingly complete, Eddie Van Halen came up with the riff at 2 in the morning and went down to his then neighbor, Sammy Hagar, to show it. Hagar let Eddie in, and the two played guitars on the balcony till they had a complete song. Once Eddie left, Hagar decided to write lyrics despite it being late at night. The theme wound up being sex without orgasm, summed up by Hagar as blue balls. Quote. In the song, Eddie recorded his guitar part with a Fender Stratocaster plugged directly into the studio mixing console. The song is one of only 2 Van Halen tracks featuring Hagar playing a rhythm guitar part, which he played on a Gibson acoustic. Cashbox called it a remarkable single that owes more to T-Rex and Creedence than to a Whitesnake. In '88, the song peaked at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 2 on the Billboard chart. Rock chart, excuse me. The song was later used as a theme song for a short-lived 1990 sitcom, Sydney, which featured Eddie's Van Halen's then wife, Valerie Bertinelli. Absolutely love song number 3 on my list.
Might as well jump, jump. Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump, jump. Go ahead and jump. Oh, hey you.
From their 1983 album, 1980. Let's try that again. From their 1983 album, 1984, this is Jump. It's Van Halen's most successful single, reaching number 1 on the Hot 100. The song differs from earlier Van Halen songs in that it's driven by a keyboard riff, although the song does contain a guitar solo. Roth dedicated the song to martial arts Benny the Jet Arquizdes, of whom he was a student. In 2021, Rolling Stone magazine ranked Jump as number 177 on its updated list of 500 greatest songs of all time. Jump was one of the few Van Halen songs originally recorded by Roth that Sammy Hagar would perform live during his 10 years with the band. Chart success all over the world, mega hit everywhere, number 1 in several countries, including Canada, the U.S. Lots of top 10s, lots of top 5s. This is their biggest hit of them all. This is their most recognizable one of their all, but it's not my personal number 1 song. Shockingly, I'm sure if most people did a top 10 or top whatever of Van Halen, this would be number 1. It's not my number 1 because I love the next song just a little bit more.
I can't stop loving you. And no matter what I say or do, you know my heart is true. Oh, I can't stop loving you.
From their 1995 album, Balance, this is Can't Stop Loving You. This was released on March of 1995 as the 3rd single from the album. The song emerged after producer Bruce Fairbairn asked for a more pop-oriented song. Instead of searching for his archives, Eddie Van Halen decided to write new music from scratch. The song was written by all members of Van Halen and pays homage to Ray Charles' song I Can't Stop Loving You, particularly in the line where Sammy Hagar sings, "Hey Ray, what you said is true," end quote. The song was Van Halen's most successful single from the Balance album in the United States, being the only single to reach the top 40 of the Hot 100, peaking at number 30. This would be Van Halen's last song to reach the top 40 in the United States. The song reached number 3 on the Canadian RPM Hot 100 hit list, as well as number 33 on the UK singles track charts. Absolutely love the song. Fell in love with it when I first heard it, and still number 1 to this day. And that's it for this song review of Van Halen. This one was a long time coming. If I had done song reviews way back before I started doing song reviews, I would have done one shortly after we lost Edward a couple of years ago now, I think, 2 or 3 years. He is in my top 10 for guitarists. He was a living legend. He was very talented. Of course, most notably, non-Van Halen tracks, Beat It, the guitar solo in the middle for the bridge. He was good. I love my personal preference. I liked Van Halen when Sammy took over. I think they had a lot better songs. Not that any of David Lee Roth music wasn't good. They had some good stuff then. I just prefer Sammy Hagar and the stuff they did with him more so. Absolutely love Van Halen, and I enjoyed doing this this song review. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this episode, hit that like button. Leave a comment if you like. Subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help out with future projects, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/mntwins28, or you can drop something in the old Cash App. You don't have to help, but any help, always greatly appreciated. Until next time, peace out.